Continuation, no? Discussion on non-individual taxpayers. Let's go now to taxation of GOCCs or government-owned and or controlled corporations. So general rule, mga kapatid, general rule, all corporations, agencies, or instrumentalities owned and or controlled by the government are subject to regular corporate income tax based on their taxable income. Okay, mga proprietary corporations to mga to. So, exceptions. Itong mga to, even if they are corporations, no, exempted to by virtue of the special or general law. Okay? So, kapag sinabi ng general law, charter nila yan, or the special law which created the GOCC, exempted yan sa income tax. Basta sinabi. So, specific corporations or instrumentalities under the tax code which are exempted. Okay? Originally, ito yung nakalagay sa tax code natin. GSIS, government corporation yan. SSS, government corporation yan, pero private ang hinahawakan nila. Ito, government. PhilHealth, okay? Itong tatlo na to, originally, nasa tax code natin yan. Yung local water utility ay dagdag lamang ito. Kasi, dati, ang mga local water utility are in the nature of GOCC. Ina-assess yan ng income tax ng BIR. Inabutan ko pa yan ina-assess namin ng mga yan. Pagkatapos, ako nga hindi ako agree na dapat taxable yan. Pero trabaho dati, itatax daw namin, i-assess daw namin. So we keep on assessing. And then, the case of local water utilities reached the Supreme Court. Sabi ng Supreme Court, ang mga local water utilities are GOCCs exempted from income tax daw. E di nanalo mga local water utilities kaya na-cancel ang kanilang assessment. So ngayon, para wala nang usapan, under train law, idinagdag sa listahan si local water utilities. O yung mga local water utilities, yung mga probinsyano, alam to. Ito yung in your home province, di ba? Sa, a lot of times, yung sa tabi ng inyong munisipyo, merong mataas na building na parang sabi, local water, parang lalagyan ng parang patubig. No? Yan yun. Mga local water utilities yan. So yung apat na to, GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, local water utilities are specifically exempted under the tax code and as amended by train law in relation to the local water utility. Sinama na siya sa listahan para hindi na siya ina-assist ni BIR. Okay? So general rule, taxable ang mga GOCCs. Exceptions, kapag sinabi ng law, wala. Kapag GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, okay? Yan ay mga exempted. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, ito yung mga falling under Section 27C na general corporations na proprietary in nature. Ibig sabihin, established by the government for the purpose of earning money. Okay? So, ayan, tingnan natin to. Ito naman, mga kapatid, mga exempt corporations under Section 30. Pag sinabi Section 30, ito yung title niya mismo, exempt corporations. Now, let's discuss in detail who are these exempt corporations. Yung iba, they describe exempt corporations as non-stock, non-profit organizations. Some would describe exempt corporations as NGOs. Ako naman, well, it depends on the item. Kasi hindi naman lahat ay NGO. Kaya it's wrong to just collectively call organizations under Section 30 as NGO. Kasi hindi naman lahat NGO ang mga yan Okay? Hindi rin naman natin masabi na non-government or association to or whatever. Okay? Isa-isahin natin. Lagyan natin ng mga pangalan para mas maganda. First is labor, agricultural, or horticultural organizations. Not organized principally for profit. Edi maliwanag na tayo dito. Not for profit to. Not for profit. Lagyan natin ng pangalan. Labor organization. Edi yung mga union, okay, yung mga labor organization, mga labor unions. Okay, yung mga party list na non-for-profit ang mga yan, labor unions, o magtatayo ng union, ang mga miyembro, yung mga regular employees, okay, pagkatapos naguhulog sila ng dues, di ba? Halimbawa, ito yung labor union, tatayo nila. May mga empleyado, para makapasok sa union, magbabayad ng number 1, membership membership fee. O halimbawa, 10,000 o 5,000. O, member ka ng union ngayon. Tapos, every month, may kinakaltas. Halimbawa, 500. Anong tawag doon? Union dues. Diba? Ang treatment yan, exclusion from gross income. So, yung labor organization or union natin, saan ginagamit ang pera na yan? Para sa kapakanan ng mga empleyado rin. So yung mga natatanggap ng union ay exempted sa taxation. Bakit? Not for profit ang mga yan. They merely use the money for the benefit of the members. Kaya exempted pala. Pero pag naging for profit yan, ibang usapan, taxable ka. Okay? Ganun lang kasimple yan. Agricultural. Ito, parang same. Ano to? Hindi na to labor organization. Ano yan? Yung mga asosasyon ng mga magsasaka, ng mga mangingisda, ng mga magtutubo. Okay? Etc. Iyan yun. Pwede bang kooperatiba? Pwede rin. Pero iba ang nature kasi ng cooperative eh. Under Cooperative Development Authority ang mga yan eh. Pero, under here, basta ikaw ay agricultural organization, non-for-profit kayo, pasok. Horticultural, mga halaman, tsaka mga kung ano-ano yan, horticultural organization. Okay? So, ayan ang kauna-unahan. So, kapag nagtayo sila ng organization, may bayad, yung bayad, income yan ng organization. Tapos, merong dues, okay? Anong ibig sabihin ng dues? Ayan, merong dues. Joke lang, baka mamaya sabihin nyo, juice. Ayan, juice. Siyempre, ang hirap mag-joke pag online eh. So anyway, tapos nagbabayad, union dues or whatever kind of dues that are being paid by the members. Income yun ng organization, exempted siya sa taxation, basta it will be used for the benefit of the members. Easy. Punta tayo sa pangalawa, mutual savings bank, not having a capital stock represented by shares, cooperative bank, without capital stock, organized and operated for mutual funds, mutual purposes and without profit, they are now governed by RA 8367 or the Revised Non-Stock Savings and Loan Association of 1997 and RA 6938 as amended by RA 9520 or the Philippine Cooperative Authority Law of 2008. So, ibig sabihin, hindi kasi updated to mga iba eh. Pinipilit pa rin isama ito sa listahan ng mga exempt corporations. Hindi sila aware na tinanggal na yan under Section 30. Kasi nga, under na yan ito yung bagong batas na hindi na sila Section 30. Under na sila ng special law, not the tax code na yan. Okay, pero sinasama pa rin nila sa listahan. Hindi updated. Kaya nga kung halimbawa, merong multiple choice na the following are exempt corporations under Section 30 of the tax code, except nakita mo mutual savings bank. Yan na yung sagot kasi hindi na yan kasama sa grupo. Wait, tagal-tagal na nito. Punta tayo sa pangatlo. Beneficiary society, order or association operating for the exclusive benefit of the members. Ayan, not organized for profit kasi nga for the members. Okay? Such as, ito yung example na, fraternal organizations operating under the lodge system. Okay, dyan muna tayo. Example ng beneficiary society, Rotary Club, yung Lions Club, okay, Knights of Columbus, okay, yun yung order ang mga yan. Order of the Knights of Columbus, beneficiary society, mga Rotary Club, okay. Yung mga fraternal organizations naman, operating under the lodge system, hindi porke frat, pasok siya dito. Okay, example, yung mga mason, okay, guardians, at saka yung Eagles na organization ngayon, yung mga kuya-kuya. Okay. They operate under the lodge system. Ano ba yung lodge system? Parang ito yung branch office. Ito yung parang mga chapters. Kaya minsan meron ka makikita na opisina, no? Yung frat, tapos nakalagay lodge number. They operate under the lodge system. Okay, beneficiaries association yan. So therefore, if there is such a fraternal organization wherein they fall under a lodge system, meron silang chapter system, yung mga income na mga yan na galing sa miyembro o kaya donation, exempted yan sa income tax. Bakit? Kasi ginagamit supposedly yan for the exclusive benefit of the members. Okay, halimbawa naman, merong yung mga Sige-sige Sputnik at saka yung kalaban niyan, yung panahon ni Sir Villegas kasi ito eh. May mga nakakulong, no? Dalawang frat, Sputnik at saka Batang Sige-sige. Batang City Jail. Sige-sige Sputnik versus Batang City Jail, BCJ. Okay? So, halimbawa, ito yung BCJ. Tapos, ito yung Sputnik. Dalawang grupo. Ito yung bagong kulong. I-recruit ka ng dalawa. Pag sumali ka dito, papatayin ka ng mga Sputnik. Pag sumali ka doon, papatayin ka naman ng mga BCJ. Hindi naman siguro papatayin basta. Okay? So, ikaw, para ka, pag sumali ka dyan, magbabayad ka ng, ng parang protection money. So, income yan ng BCJ, Sputnik. So, yan ba ay exempt corporation? Aba, kahit na fraternal organization yan, pero walang lodge system yan, regular income tax yan. Bakit? Corporation yan. Okay, pero syempre, hindi naman natin basta matatax yan. Okay, or mutual aid association or non-stock corporation organized by employees, providing for the payment of life, sickness, accident, or other benefits exclusively to the members of such society, order, association, or non-stock, blah, blah, blah. So, di ba, meron tayong tinatawag na labor union. So, minsan, yung labor union kasi, ang pinaka-general na trabaho niya is to protect the interest of the members. Okay, pero merong mga organization by employees, ang kanilang purpose is to ensure, providing for mga insurance of the employees, sickness, accident, or other benefit. Okay, so yan po yung mga parang tatayo ng organisasyon. Ito lang gagawin natin to ensure that everyone, when they die, they'll receive, when they get sick, when they get sick, merong pang huhugutan na pang-hospital, accident, okay, bibigyan ng pera. So, yung mga these types of activities. Ito naman, cemetery company owned and operated exclusively for the benefit of the members. Ayan na naman, exclusive benefit of the members, napakasimple. So, halimbawa, okay, ayan ang mga tao, mga tao lahat yan. Okay, nagdesisyon, pag naman tabi-tabi na tayo, bili tayong lupa. Ayan ang ating magiging libingan kung sakasakali tabi-tabi. Okay, so nagtayo sila cemetery company, they bought ilan, established a cemetery company. So pag namatay lahat ng miyembro, dyan sila, exempted yan kasi for the benefit of the members yan. Ang pangalan yan, cemetery company. Okay? Tapos ito mga sikat. Sabi nga sa inyo, hindi pa nating yan NGO eh. Okay? Tignan mo, ito yung NGO. Ito yung non-stock corporation or association organized and operated exclusively for religious. Example, yung CBCP, Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines. Kung merong income yan, ginagamit yan for religious purposes. Okay, no part of its income to the benefit of any member, organizer, officer, or any specific person, yung pamilya, exempted. Okay, another example, yung sa, if I can say here, yung sa Iglesia ni Cristo. It's an example of a religious organization. Okay, so kung merong mga income yan, tapos walang nakikinabang, exempted sa taxation. Ito naman, charitable, ito yung marami. Actually, naulit din yan eh. Ito yan, oh. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng redundancy. Civic League, organizations not organized not for profit but operated for social welfare. Okay, yung charitable tsaka social welfare nag-intertwine dito. Example niyan, Bantay Bata, Kapuso Foundation. Okay, yung Bantay Bata for children. Natural, Bantay Bata nga eh. Tapos Kapuso Foundation, binibigay tulong. Yung sa environmental ng ABS-CBN. Caritas Manila, okay, tahanang walang hagdanan, tahanang mapagpala, gawa ng Bulacan. Ang chapter namin, no, adopted namin yung mga yon. Ang nag-ooperate nun, mga madre, they take care of old people. My God, ang dami may kwento ko lang ng konti, no? Grabe, yung tahanang mapagpala, my goodness. Yung mga anak, pinabayaan ng mga magulang. Buti nilang there are charitable institutions like that who takes care of the old people. Wala nang nagmamahal sa kanila, no? Kaya yung chapter namin, they go there, give basic necessities, mga pagkain, no? Nagdo-donate. Kasi nga nakakaawa, talaga nakakaiyak. But anyway, I hope you guys know when you get successful and you have no use for your parents, I hope you don't just shoo them away. Kailangan alagaan mo, no? Anyway, so ayan, marami pa yan mga charitable institutions. Okay, tsaka social welfare institutions, civic league. Okay, scientific, dati merong Project NOAA. Ito yung nagfo-forecast ng weather. Mas accurate pa sila dati sa Pag-asa. So ang ginawa ng Pag-asa, I think it was during the time of President Pinoy. Ang ginawa nila, inabsorb nila yung Project NOAA, parang sinagot nila yung sige dito na kayo sa amin. Okay, para hindi na kayo nagre-rely sa mga donations. Okay, so donations dito, donations dito. Okay, income yan ng organization, pero hindi yan taxable. Kasi nga, basta yan ay wala nakikinabang, there's no one benefiting, inurement benefit ang tawag, exempted yan. Okay, Athletic Association, example niyan yung NCAA at saka UAAP. Okay, organization yan, pero I don't think that they derive income, no, for establishing the Athletic Association. Pero pag professional basketball league like PBA, like NPBL by Manny Pacquiao, hindi yan covered dito. Taxable naman yan. Okay, or cultural purposes, again, normally they would just receive donations, grants from other people. So yung mga grants and donations na exempted yan. Okay, rehabilitation of veterans. Okay, ngayon hindi na masyado to kasi ang mga veterans dito yung World War II eh. So ngayon, if they receive grants or donations, income yan of the organization pero exempted sa taxation provided again nobody benefit, no, from this donations. When I say benefit, hindi naman yung totally nobody, binanggit na natin kanina yung mga pwede namang sumweldo yung mga empleyado. Kasi nga, hindi naman mag-ooperate dyan. Alam ka naman libre yung mga empleyado dyan. Why would you even work there if you're not receiving compensation? Pwede tumanggap ng sweldo. Pero yung ibig sabihin ng nakikinabang, halimbawa, nag-donate sa religious organization, tapos yung mga pinaka-official lang ang nakikinabang dun sa pera, taxable yan. Okay, charitable organization, social welfare organization yan, tumanggap ng donation, pero officers ang nakikinabang, hindi nila pinapamigay mga sa mga tao, taxable yan. Yan ang ibig natin sabihin. Okay? Now, mga business league, Chamber of Commerce, Board of Trade, example nito, yung Philippine-American Chamber of Commerce, Philippine-Chinese Chamber of Commerce, in Cagayan de Oro, yung mga taga-CDO dyan, nagle-lecture ako dyan sa Oro Chamber ninyo. Okay? Sa Caloocan, Chamber of Commerce. Sa Divisoria, I was able to have a talk there a couple of times, no, dun sa Chamber of Commerce, Philippine Chinese Chamber of Commerce, I think, hindi ko na matandaan. So, yun ang mga yan. Makati Business Club, ayan din. Mga Philippine European Chamber of Commerce, yan yung mga yan. Exempted ang mga yan. Okay? Kasi, yung mga members na organizations, they donate. So, yung donation, income yan ng organization, ng business league, ng Chamber of Commerce. So, therefore, so long as nobody benefit out of the income, exempted yan. Okay, tapos non-stock, non-profit. Ay, ito yung binabanggit natin, Section 30H. Ito yung nasa Constitution natin, mga non-stock, non-profit educational institutions. Okay, sir, example po niyan. Sa amin, most likely lang, I cannot really say, but a lot of these organizations are non-stock, non-profit. Sa mapapansin nyo, merong mga ah, simbahan. Tapos yung mga pare nagtayo ng eskwelahan. A number of these, they register as non-stock, non-profit education institution. So exempted yan. Okay, yung mga tuition fees lahat. Basta, lahat ng income nila are actually directly, exclusively used in educational purpose. Okay, so yan yan. I'm not sure if the organization of LaSalle, UST, and Ateneo, kung non-stock, non-profit sila. Okay. Tapos, ito naman, government education institution, simple, mga state universities and colleges, exempted yan. Yung mga tuition fees, kung meron mga income yan, exempted. Okay? Mura lang naman mga tuition fees dyan. Okay, tapos ito, farmers or rather mutual, typhoon, or fire insurance company. Okay, insurance company fire insurance companies. Okay, fire insurance company, mga mutual, typhoon company, farmers company, okay, mutual ditch or irrigation sa mga probinsya, very common. I have seen one in Nueva Ecija, okay, Cabanatuan, and then there's one in Capan, and then there's in Muñoz, if I'm not mistaken, kung Muñoz ngayon. Okay, kasi nakapag-lecture na ako sa isang co-op dyan, mutual ditch company sila eh. Kaya ako natutuwa, sabi ko mutual ditch. No? So anyway, mutual cooperative telephone company. Okay, panahon namin to, nabutan ko pa yan. Dati kasi, pagtatawag, wala pa tayong telepono, no? Cellphone. So pagtatawag kami sa tita ko, hindi kami pera, kasi wala kaming pera. We will go to a company in the plaza, merong telepono doon, tatawag kami, magbabayad kami. Okay, mutual cooperative telephone company yon. We are not members, therefore we pay. I don't know if they're paying their tax, pero yung binabayad namin, hindi yan covered ng exemption. Kapag yan ay para sa mga miyembro ng kooperatiba, exempted yan. Okay, or like organizations of a purely local character, the income of which, basta yung mga binabayaran na dues, fees collected from members, basta gagamitin yan sa kapakanan nila, exempted yan. Tapos, same farmers or fruit growers or like association, parang ano nga rin dito, agricultural or horticultural. Basta yung organization na yan. Ayan, operated as a sales agent for the purpose of marketing the products of its members and turning back the proceeds of sales less than necessary selling expenses on the basis of quantity of produce finished by them. Yan ay exempt corporation din. O sa, parang ganito yan, no? Ito yung mga farmers. Okay, meron silang produce. Di sila marunong kung paano nila ibebenta. So, magtatayo sila ng ayan, mga sales agent. Ang gagawin nito, marketing. So, dadali ng mga produkto dyan. Okay. Itong marketing, ang tatanggap ng pera sa mga buyers. Ito yung mga buyers. Pasok dyan. Tapos, papasok dito yung bayad. Okay. Tapos, si agent na nag-market, bibigay doon. So, parang pass-through entity lang yung organization na to. Okay, ayun ang purpose, marketing the products of the members, tapos binabalik ang benta sa mga farmers. Okay, parang avenue lang to, instrument by which the farmers, the fruit growers, okay, or vegetable, ayan, like association, okay, exempt sa taxation to mga to. Ang kanilang, ayan ang description, sales agent. Okay? So, yun ang mga exempt corporations under Section 30. Now, let's try to look the taxation of their income. Okay, general rule. General rule. Income from whatever kind and character of the above from any of their properties. Okay? Real or personal, anong ibig sabihin? Income from any of their properties. Eh di ang tawag dyan, simple lang, rent income yan. Or from activities conducted for profit. Anong tawag natin dyan? Profit activity. Okay. Regardless of the disposition of made of such income subject sa regular tax. Ulit, kapag merong income ang mga exempt corporations, basta wala nakikinabang, exempted yon. Pero kapag meron silang rent income, meron silang income from profit activity, taxable yan. Exception, kapag non-stock, non-profit educational institution, kahit merong siyang rent income, kahit profit activity ba yan, basta gagamitin actually, directly, exclusively, for educational purpose, ang income na to, mga kapatid, exempted pa din. Okay? So, any other taxpayer, other than non-stock, non-profit education institution, meron income taxable. May profit activity income yan, taxable. Pero pag school yan, kahit merong rent income, merong profit activity, yan ay ginamit sa educational purpose, exempted yan. Kasi nga, exempt nga ito. Sa Constitution nagsabi eh. O, tignan mo to. Tignan natin. Nagigay tayong magandang example dito. ABC Foundation, a non-stock, non-profit institution. Okay? Lagyan natin ha, ng descriptor. Non-stock, non-profit. Ang tindi. Disclose the following information. Merong grants and donations. May nagbigay. Ito yung ginastos natin. Kasi nga, non-stock, non-profit tayo. Ito yung net income natin. Anong tawag natin dyan? Exempted yan. Sir, yung donation ng mga to, sir, exempt din ba? Depende. Kung sila ay accredited by PCNC, tama, Philippine Council for NGO Certification Inc., yung mga donor, exempted sa donor's tax. Tapos, full deduction pa sa income tax. Ayan yon. Okay, so may mga nag-donate sa atin 10 milyon. Pagkatapos, nagastos natin, pinamigay natin for the accomplishment of our goal, natira 4 million, exempt pa rin yan. Okay, o ngayon, meron tayong interest income kasi nga dinideposito naman natin to eh. O anong meron diyan? Eh de subject sa final tax 'yan. Ito pa rin mga tanong. What is the treatment of net income from activity? Exempt. Ano yung treatment sa bank deposit? Ito 'yan, yung 100,000. Eh de final tax 'yan. Kasi exempted lang sila doon sa mga grants donations. Pero kapag nag-earn sila ng passive income, hindi sila exempted because there's no express provision exempting them from final taxation on their interest income from bank deposits. Ano yung treatment ng rental income? Sinabay na rin natin ang business tax. Compatible ba? Okay, may summary tayo mamaya. Itong kasi may distinction to. Kaya sa kasunod yan. Tapos, meron rental income tayo. Tapos, may costs. So, merong gross income or taxable income na 1 million. Tapos, nagpa-fundraising din to, 2 million. Pero ang gasto sa fundraising, okay, halimbawa, paraffle, example yan ng fundraising. Merong neto na 1 million. Anong treatment ng rental income and business income at saka yung income from fundraising? Ito summarize natin. Ito. Okay? Net income. Okay. Ito mas maganda. Ang foundation ay hindi educational institution. Kasi ito, 'di ba? Pag non-stock, non-profit educational institution, okay, meron siyang income, tapos, okay, isa-isa yung nga to. Kasi gusto nating emphasize to eh. Merong isang foundation na hindi non-stock, non-profit. Ang kanilang income, halimbawa, charitable institution tayo, social welfare tayo, tumanggap tayo ng donation. Ano yung treatment ng income? exempted din yan sa income tax at saka sa VAT. Exempt sa income tax kasi nga walang nag-inure to the benefit of any members. Okay? Exempt din sa VAT yan. Kasi nga pag nag-donate sa'yo, tapos tinanggap mo grants, donations, ala ka namang batable yan. Wala yan. Okay. Papaano kung halimbawa, ang proceeds binigay sa foundation, pero pinaghati-hatian ng mga miyembro, ay, regular income tax ka. Pero VAT exempt pa rin yan. Bakit? Donation eh. Hindi, wala namang VAT ang donation. Yung interest from bank deposit, hindi foundation tayo ha, charitable or social welfare. Nagdeposito tayo, dito muna tayo, sumunod pala rito, yung drawing. Anyway, papaano kung tayo ay non-stock, non-profit educational institution? Yung proceeds, okay, were used for the purpose. Okay? Ibig sabihin, etong ginamit sa school, etong 1 million ginamit sa school, etong 1 million ginamit sa school. Okay? Aba, income exempted yan kasi nga, basta ginamit actually, directly, exclusively for educational purpose, charitable, educational purpose, exempted. Exempt din sa VAT. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lumampas ng 3 million yan. So, tatandaan yan. Okay? Yung fundraising kasi, parang kung raffle naman yan, wala namang VAT yun eh. Okay? So, ito, donation, wala rin VAT yan. Kaya, exempt din yan sa VAT. Ngayon, papaano kung halimbawa pinaghati-hatian ng mga officers, non-stock, non-profit to? Aba, masasubject yan sa 10% na preferential tax. Sir, bakit hindi regular? Kasi, ano to non-stock, non-profit educational institution. School pa rin naman siya. Kaya masasubject sa 10% yan. Tapos, exempt pa rin yan. Okay, kasi ito, donations naman yan. Ito naman, less than 3 million. Ito naman, yung mga raffle, wala namang VAT yan. Dito tayo, interest from bank deposits. Final tax yan. Kahit sino, final tax yan. Passive income derived from, subject to final tax yan. Yung rental income, maganda to, rental income. Ano nga yung general rule? Ang general rule, kapag merong rental income, o kaya merong ano ito? For profit activity, general rule tayo ha, RIT yan or VAT. Pero, again, medyo, kung lampas na ng 3 million yan, subject sa VAT. Kung hindi, pwedeng percentage tax yan. Kung ang registration ay VAT, vatable na kagad yan. Tandaan nyo yan ha. Kasi ang educational institution, kung ang foundation na to, kung VAT ang registration niya, matik, vatable na yan. Okay? Tapos, papaano kung yung proceeds ng rental income pinamigay sa members? Lalo na RIT at saka VAT. Again, vatable na yan kung registration is VAT kahit below 3 million. Okay? Papaano, sir? Non-stock, non-profit to. Ginamit ang proceeds for the accomplishment of the purpose. Educational. Exempt sa income, pero vatable yung rental income. Okay? Vatable ang rental income. The presumption here again is VAT ang registration of school kasi a lot of schools are VAT registered. Okay? Papaano kung halimbawa ang proceeds ng rental income ginamit hati-hati ang mga officers and members? Okay? Pwedeng 10% yan kung it should be 25%. Depende kasi yung income kung alin ang mas malaki. Kung related, parang ito yan. Kung mas malaki ang unrelated, pwedeng 25% yan. Yan yun. Okay? Tapos, kung VAT ang registration, matik na VAT. Okay? So, ayan. Paano naman yung income from fundraising activity? Ito, yung 1 million. Tsaka yung gross na 2 million. Okay. Kung net income natin, net income from fundraising activity, pag foundation, charitable, etc., basta hindi non-stock, non-profit, profit activity yan, regular tax yan. Tapos VAT, kung vatable yung transaction. Pero kung raffle yan, well, disputable. Okay? Tapos, kung proceeds were distributed to officers, again, kung halimbawa, yung mga pa-concert, vatable yun. Parang ganon. Yung gross. Okay? Pero kung pa-raffle, wala pa naman ako nakita raffle na nag-VAT. Okay? At saka yung mga benta-benta, ay yung mga benta-benta ng mga candle, pwede yan maging vatable kung lumampas ng 3 million. Okay? Tapos, eto naman, kung ginamit ng members, lalo na magiging regular yan. Lalo na magagamit sa 12% pati yan. Pero kung educational, non-stock, non-profit to, exempt sa income tax, basta actually, directly, exclusively, for educational purpose, vatable to, depende kung ano yung activity. Concert, vatable. Raffle, disputable. Sabi ko nga. Paano kung halimbawa, proceeds were distributed to members? Aba, pwedeng 10% or 25%. 10% kung mas malaki ang related, 25% kung mas malaki ang related. Okay? Vatable, depende sa activity. Kung yan ay concert, vatable. Okay? Kung yan ay parang paraffle, sabi ko nga, disputable, pero parang wala pa ako nakikita nag-VAT na raffle. Tapos, yung taxable income. Okay? So, yung taxable income na 2 million, ito yan, yung dalawa. Okay, yan ang taxable income niya. Kung hindi siya non-stock, non-profit. Tapos, paano pag ginamit ang proceeds? Ito lang, yung 2 million dito ha. Yung 2 million pertains to, ulayin ko lang, itong 2 million pertains to, ayun, taxable income dito sa rental, tapos dito sa profit activity, or a total of 2 million. Yan yung taxable kung hindi non-stock, non-profit. Pero, hindi siya non-stock, non-profit educational institution. Pero non-stock, non-profit siya. Example, charitable or foundation or chamber of commerce. Taxable income yan. Kasi pag rental or profit activity, general rule, taxable yan. Kaya nga, taxable income doon. Kapag ang proceeds, even if you use the proceeds for the purpose, even if you use the proceeds, halimbawa itong 2 million gagamitin sa charity, taxable pa rin yan. Pero kung pinaghati-hatian ng mga miyembro ang income, pati mga donations yung neto, pati yung 4 million na to, yung dalawa na yan, taxable income yan. Okay? Paano pag non-stock, non-profit educational institution to? Yung lahat ng pera ginamit for educational purpose. Basic, walang taxable income, lahat exempt. Papaano kung yung proceeds pinaghati-hatian sa mga miyembro? Yung buong 6 million, taxable na yan. Bakit? Kasi nga, well, basically, hindi na siya non-stock, non-profit. Pinaghati-hatian na ng mga miyembro yan eh. Okay? So, ayun. Dito kaya 10% yan kasi mas malaki ang related sa unrelated. Yan Pero kung halimbawa lahat, kinatkong or sinuno ng mga officers, hindi na yan covered ng exemption. Okay? So, dito na muna tayo mag-cut.